Practice is just about to get underway here at the Bahrain International Circuit. This track boasts plenty of opportunities for overtakes, so it's up to the drivers to make use of the time to get comfortable with the track conditions. That's if they want to capitalise on those opportunities later.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video here today. We're back once again for career mode here on F1 2019. Here today for the Bahrain Grand Prix, round number 2 of season 2 here in the Racing Point. I think, what is this, episode 23 now of this career mode series, so we're really starting to get a bit of a move on now, which is good. Realistically, we probably should have been towards the end of season 3 by now if my original career mode didn't decide to delete itself. I'll just say that basically. Yeah, we were well, some of you guys would know, but I did start my original career mode in the Renault, and unfortunately by the time we got to Germany, as I was about to upload round 12, which I think, what was that? That might have been Hungary. I turned the game on to get ready for the start of AOR, and the career mode wasn't there, so I had to start again. And because I didn't want to repeat the exact same thing again, I wanted to do something a little bit different, so I decided to go with Racing Point. And 23 races later, here we are for round 2 of season 2. So yeah, coming into this, I was pretty confident that we could score maybe top 6, top 7. I think a top 5 might be a bit too much to ask. We could capitalise on misfortune of others, as always, but I'm not expecting major luck like that to fall my way, say as in, what's an example? A repeat of Malaysia 2016 for Lewis Hamilton. I'm not expecting engine failures or anything. I'd be very surprised if the AI had something like that. It's only the second race of the new season, so they really shouldn't be running out of parts, but anyway, practice, as you can see, it went alright. We had a few moments struggling with the car a little bit, but that was all setup based, but I eventually got that fixed and the car was handling pretty well. So I think that is everything that I need to say. So yeah, let's go to qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Bahrain qualifying is nearly upon us, and the drivers look as if they're all geared up to go. I expect we'll be getting underway very shortly. The competition is certainly heating up as we head into today's qualifying. Some impressive times showing up during the previous practice sessions. Anthony Davidson, do you think we can expect a similar level of skill to be showcased during today's qualifier?
Well, I certainly hope so. The competition here is extremely tight, and I think we might see some very close times today. Remember, practice isn't just about fastest lap times though, it's about optimization, it's about ratifying your decisions. No one's going to be sweating small mistakes here and there, but in qualifying that all changes. You need to nail that perfect lap or face the consequences, and believe me, that's a lot of pressure.
Indeed, there is quite a lot of pressure when it comes to nailing one perfect lap, Anthony Davidson, but we'll try and do that anyway. Going out at the start of Q1, getting balked a little bit here by Pierre Gasly. He was on an in-lap, so that was kind of annoying, but we come across the line provisionally P5 in between Devon Butler and Kevin Magnussen. So we'll come back into the garage now, probably fast forward to the end of the session, and I think we are going to have to go out again because I do not think we're safe in P11 at the moment. But obviously as the track improves, the AI will undoubtedly improve. So I decided to go out again right at the end of the session. Daniel Ricciardo giving us a bit of a slipstream there. Didn't quite get as much of an aero effect, but we come across the line and we go back up to P9, so back into the top 10. And luckily that was just enough to get us through into the second part of qualifying. You can see literally half a tenth, well, not even half a tenth within it, about 300ths of a second. And that just shows how close and competitive this field is. So coming up to Q2 now, I decided to go out for a run on medium tyres. Now the main reason why I did this is because I didn't want to be starting the race on soft tyres, because I just don't feel like they're a good race tyre. They'll wear out way too quickly. But as you can see there, We only go P14, and effectively that would probably be last, so not too good, but we decided to come in, go out again on a set of soft compound tyres. We crossed the line. Are we in Q3? Yes, we are, P9. Alright, so that was a bit of a close call there, so we're only just marginally scraping through at the moment. Again, as you can see, literally not quite half a tenth. Basically between us making it in and being knocked out. But just turning your attention to our teammate momentarily, Sergio Perez in P1. So Perez just showing what this car is capable of here in Season 2. Provisional pole time of a 124.9. Down into the 124s. That's mental. But anyway, going out one time lap right at the end of the session. I'm hoping to try and maybe sneak into the top 5. This has been a pretty good lap across the line. Do we make it into the top 5?
It's a bit disappointing, but we just need to push hard in the race and we can still come away with something.
Alright, so it's only P8. I don't really know how to feel about that, to be honest. I mean, we've out-qualified Lucas Weber and Antonio Giovinazzi in a Mercedes, so that's alright. But just comparing ourselves to Sergio Perez, we're missing something at the moment. We're consistently at least 3/4 of a second slower than our teammate. I don't know if that is all just down to being on 110 AI difficulty, but we're missing something at the moment to try and challenge our teammate and the front runners. At least in qualifying. In the race it might be a different story, but yeah, time will tell, I guess. But P8, it's not too bad, I guess.
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
No, it is definitely not the end of the world. If qualifying in P8 was the end of the world, then I think there's a lot of people in a lot of trouble. But anyway, so it's going to be P8, but let's get into the Bahrain Grand Prix for episode 23 and let's see how we do.
The curtain rises once more then on the desert stage of Sakir as the players take their places for the opening act. Will they enthrall us like they did in 2014 with that titanic battle between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton? Well, we'll find out shortly as we get underway here in Bahrain. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once again by Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Renault. We have a number of changes to the aerodynamic regulations this year, and the signs haven't looked good for them so far in terms of getting to grips with those changes.
There are a few downcast looks within the team this weekend. I think they've been hit fairly hard by the new regs. But this is only the first step down a long road of development, and even if they don't maximise their points today, there are plenty more up for grabs this season.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Perez, Charles Leclerc and Bottas, Raikkonen, Lee, Weber and Antonio Giovinazzi, Norris, Ricciardo, Kevin Magnussen and Butler, Grosjean, Gasly, Lance Stroll and Daniel Kvyat. Russell and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Alright, we will try and do that, boss. Welcome guys to the grid of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Strategy wise, not too sure what to do here, to be honest. I feel like going soft, medium is probably the safer way to go. But at the same time, I kind of feel like soft, medium is a viable strategy. So not really too sure. I might see what the tyre wear is like on this first set. And I'll probably make a judgment off that. But anyway, P8. It's not ideal, not really where I wanted to be. But hopefully we can still make something of this. Solid points finish is definitely up for grabs once again. I'd be very surprised and Probably disappointed more than anything if we couldn't come away with a points finish. Obviously Bahrain, I think it is one of the AI's stronger tracks, but conversely it is also a fairly strong track for myself. So I'm hoping that might, I'm not necessarily going to say give me an edge over the AI, but at least hopefully means that we won't just get left in the dust of the AI here today in the desert. But reforming back on the grid now, and it is time to go racing for episode 23 of this career mode. So it's time once again, so let's get into it. Waiting, here we go. Alright, awaiting 5 red lights for the Bahrain Grand Prix, episode 23 of career mode. 5 lights are out and away we go. Looks like a fairly average start. Kimi Räikkönen got a horrible initial getaway, but seems to have gotten his act together there as we go through the gears. He gets a whack from behind from, I think that's Lucas Weber. We try and stay up the inside of the fin. I don't want to let the Alfa Romeo through. We need to try and maintain any track position we can gain, and we have done it at the moment. Now we're trying to go around the outside of Valtteri Bottas. This is for P6, and I think we've just got that done on the Silver Arrow, and we have. That's up to P6, so 2 spots gained already in the space of about 4 or 5 corners. Yellow flag behind us as well. You can see there on the mini-map there's a bunch of cars almost stopped back up there, so I'll go and try and find out what has happened. On board with the McLaren, 3 wide up ahead with Daniel Ricciardo, and that was never going to work. The Aussie gets spun out. I don't know what he was thinking there. 3 wide just doesn't work up there, and if I was Ricciardo I would have backed out because that was never going to work, but he didn't, and he ends up facing the wrong way because of it. But anyway, coming back onto our POV now on the lap 3, Bottas trying to stick his nose up the inside, then into turn 1 he goes for a lunge. We break as late as we dare. Bottas just had his nose up the inside. We had to leave him the space, but we are just able to hang on to P6 around the outside of turn 1. But coming on to the end of lap number 3 now, and Valtteri Bottas should have DRS behind us. Personal best lap of the race as well, so I am pushing at the moment. I'm trying to get away, but we're just not having much luck. We're able to fend off Valtteri this time at least. We don't have to worry about an attack from behind at the moment, so really just trying to run my own race as quick as I can at the moment. I'm trying to keep pace with the front 5. But as you can see now, coming on to the end of lap 4, we just haven't been able to do it. They have absolutely streaked away, and 4 seconds up the road already. And here comes Bottas now, upper inside into turn 1. I think he should get this done. Late on the brakes, and there goes the fin. Up into P6 now. I'm undoubtedly trying to hunt down the top 5. Now, at this point I was actually thinking, okay, instead of trying to fight back, let's see if I can stay with him, because if he can somehow start to reel in the front runners, if we can stay with him, we might be brought back into this fight for the lead. But as you can see now, happened on lap 6 and again on lap 7, Bottas is defending his position from us, which is kind of annoying because it's slowing both of us up, and I honestly feel like he could be gaining on the leaders if he wasn't defending from us. But there's yellow flags behind us, and it looks like that is Kimi Räikkönen. So there's one flying Flynn, flying Flynn really? No, flying Finn gets past us, the other one retires from the Grand Prix. Not too sure what happened there for the Alfa Romeo driver. Let's just go have a look now. And look at the sparks just showering Kimi's car there, but no smoke. So it looks like maybe a gearbox failure, or could even be a brake failure or something. But whatever the reason, Kimi Räikkönen's Bahrain Grand Prix is done and dusted. There goes his teammate Lando Norris and Antonio Giovinazzi. So Kimi pulls off to the side of the racetrack and his race is done. So unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo driver, but anyway, getting on to the end of lap 7, and now we have a puncture again. This is 2 races in a row now this has happened. Geez, okay, we got a strategy change here from Jeff. I'm going to go on to the medium tyres now. Looks like it's going to be a 2-stop, and man oh man, just, again, that's okay, I can't even find the word. That's 2 flat tyres in the space of 2 races. Like, we can't win at the moment. The tyres weren't even in the 80% window, so I don't even know what's going on there. Like, did we run over something, or... yeah, that's a real weird one, but... flat left rear tyre, so we're coming to the pits now, get a new set of medium tyres, 2.5 second stop from the team, so that's pretty quick sharp turnaround, but looks like we're going to re-emerge all the way back down in P17 at the moment. So this race is not looking great right now. It looks like, as I alluded to earlier, there is a slim chance that we might struggle to score points, and it very much looks like that may turn out to be the case, as with this early pit stop I wanted to go to about lap 9, but unfortunately that has not turned out to be the case. But getting on to the end of lap 9, on to lap 10, DRS overtake rich fuel mixture, we get the move done on Lance Stroll. Are we going to try and get Daniel Ricciardo as well down into turn 1 up the inside of the fellow Aussie, and we should get the move done, and we do. Out traction him on newer tyres, and that's back up to P14. Next up is his teammate, the Torpedo, Danny Kvyat, coming on to lap 12. We're actually starting to catch a bit of a queue right here, which contains, I think that's a Mercedes. There's Danny Kvyat, there's Romain Grosjean. We've got Antonio Giovinazzi not too far behind us as well. You can see him on the minimap there, so might have to watch out for him as well. But coming on to lap 13, we're going to try and make a move on these guys if we can. That's a real late dive on Grosjean, and he turns in there. I can't really fault him for that. That was a really awkward move. I wasn't going to try to make a dive like that, but I guess it just happened. I didn't expect the AI to be so early on the brakes there, and we just end up sending it up the inside of Grosjean. Contact made between the pair of us, but we both keep going. Speaking of trying to send it, Danny Kvyat's trying to make a move on Valtteri Bottas here. Robert Kubica is the cork in the bottle in P10 for Williams. As you can see, Kvyat all over Bottas, just trying to make a move on the Mercedes. I don't know how wise that is, because I feel like if they can clear Kubica, Bottas will probably streak away. But coming on to the end of lap 13, Bottas is doing exactly that, as he goes up the inside of Robert Kubica into the final corner, and now we are going to try and capitalise on the slow run from the Mercedes. Kvyat with DRS on the flying fin. Bottas still looking for a way through on Kubica, so we're going to go to the outside now and try and make a move on everybody. Bottas kind of runs into us a little bit there. That could have been due to Kvyat up his inside as well, but we get a double overtake round the outside, very well executed, back up into the top 10 now. Coming on to lap 15 now, Robert Kubica peels into the pits for what I presume would be his one and only stop of the afternoon. Coming on to lap 16 now, and we're up in P9, so we are back in the top 10, so we might still be on to score some points at the moment, but we're only going to be on the fringes of the top 10, which is really not what I expected. But coming on to lap 18 now, there's a few more AI come in for that second stop. We find ourselves in P5 with Bottas still right behind us, but into the pits we come now on lap 18 for hopefully what is our final stop of I can't even think of what I wanted to say there. The final stop of the night, that's right. I'm just going to go with that, because why not? Another solid stop from the boys, 2.3 seconds. Not too far off a 1 second pit stop. Probably a bit optimistic to want that, but anyway, re-emerging back on the track, and we're just not going to be in the top 10, but there is Pierre Gasly on hard tyres as well, so you would think that we should be able to hunt down the Toro Rosso and get by him. And I think there's a Haas and a McLaren not too far up the road from him as well, so we could still be on for maybe a P7, P8 finish maybe, depending if the AI have any more retirements in front of us as well. But here we go on to lap 20, DRS overtake rich fuel mixture in the slipstream of Pierre Gasly, and we're just going to go clean around the outside. He's still got his nose there, so we have to leave him the space. No contact made between the pair of us, and on new tyres we just get far better traction. And round the outside we go, up into P10. Next up is Devon Butler in P9, our old rival. So we'll try and hunt him down and make a move if we can. Try and steal P9 and potentially P8 while we're at it. Personal best lap of the race there, down into the 1:28. So we're doing good at the moment. Team radio.
Gap to teammate ahead is They're in first. The time last lap was a 1:29.3.
Alright, so that is... that's almost depressing to hear that over the radio, that Perez is nearly 40 seconds up the road and on course to win the Bahrain Grand Prix. So, man, that's damn near depressing for us. But anyway, coming on to lap 23, we've caught up to Kevin Magnussen and Devin Butler. This is a battle for P8. I think this is all we can hope for at the moment, barring any retirements from the front runners. Always going to keep my fingers crossed, but I wouldn't count on anything at the moment. But we get the move done around the outside of Magnussen. That's up to P9. Cutting on to the next lap. Now we're going to try and make the move on Butler. Round the outside into turn 1. So we're going to have to do this the hard way. We get better traction around the outside and we get the move done. A little bit wide on exit though. And Butler is still right with us. He might try and get the move, make a move, sorry, on us up the inside, but nothing doing for him there. But we get a lot of wheel spin coming out of the right-hander there, and now they've both gotten back past. I don't know what happened there. I didn't feel like I was any harder on the throttle than what I have been. Maybe I was, but yeah, the rear just lit up there, and all of a sudden we've gone from 9th to 8th, and all of a sudden now we're back in 10th. So now we're going to have to get past both of these guys again. Magnussen trying to make the move on Butler at the end of the back straight up the inside. Not quite so successful as we were. And we send it up the inside of Kevin Magnussen. I think Carlos Sainz would be proud of that one. And we get the move done on the Danish driver. That's up to P9. Next up, Devin Butler. We'll try and make the move on the front straight if we can. I thought about diving the final corner, but I thought, no, let's just wait for DRS. So here we go. DRS, overtake, reach fuel mixture, slipstream, and we should easily get this done. There we go. Just blow past Devin Butler like he's standing still. Just make sure we get it stopped for turn 1 now, and we should be good. Clip the apex, and there we go. So that's job done, up into P8 now. And I think that is basically all we can hope for. I am still aiming to try and get that fastest lap, and there we go, 128.4. So we do manage to nick that extra point. Coming on to the final lap though, unfortunately it was taken away from us, and Perez takes it, just to rub salt in the wound there. On the final lap of the race, Sergio Perez wins the Bahrain Grand Prix, gets the fastest lap, so a full 26 points for the Mexican, so awesome drive from him. But for us, it's going to be P8, and yeah, kind of a meh race to be honest.
And an incredible win for Racing Point. A brilliant performance. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
The Racing Point team will be very happy with today's performance and the final result. Another display of excellent driving and excellent teamwork, and a well-deserved first-place finish.
Alright, so there we go guys, that has been today's video, Bahrain Grand Prix for Career Mode, episode 23. Sergio Perez wins here in the desert, and once again just makes us look bang average at the moment. So I don't know what we're missing at the moment, but we really need to find something, otherwise I think we're going to have to turn the difficulty back down, because we're just getting our ass handed to us at the moment. But P8, it's not a bad result.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. Judging from today's race, it must be pretty hard to fend off Devin when he wants to pass.
Well, he never really attempted to pass us back, let's be honest. I mean, I made a mistake, so yeah, that's kind of a half-assed question.
You and Devin weren't far apart by the end of the race. How evenly matched are you?
I think we're pretty close, but I still think I'm just a step above what he is at the moment.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Alright, thank you very much, Claire. So there we go, guys. That has been today's video, episode 23 of Career Mode here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Not really what I was hoping for, to be honest. Losing to your teammate is, it's never something that you enjoy, but when you get absolutely mugged and lose by 40 seconds, that's not a nice feeling. But resource points, we get a massive chunk of those, almost 1,000, so we'll head over and more than likely go do some upgrades. But yeah, that's I got mixed emotions about that result, to be honest. I mean, I'm happy with another points finish, but to see what Perez is able to accomplish, I don't know what I'm missing, to be honest. I don't feel like I'm driving badly. The setups are pretty good, and yeah, we're just getting our ass absolutely handed to us by Sergio, so I don't really know what I'm supposed to do there. But anyway, having a look at the upgrade side of things now, just running through my mind what I want to do. I think we're going to go for some aero upgrades, front and rear. Hopefully they can both go on the car for the Chinese Grand Prix next episode. We've got a weight redistribution upgrade, so hopefully that goes on the car as well, but time will tell. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe so you can stay tuned for plenty more. And until my next video, I'll see you guys next time.